Welcome back, y'all. Pokey Lambo here. Today we're going over our 2026 Pokemon collection and investments. And before we get into our pickups of the week, I just wanted to go over that Pokemon Center drop that we got. And there it is. We got Greninja Poke Plush instead of Chaos Rising. Guys, what are we doing? What is Pokemon doing? We are getting trolled, that's for sure. And now, I don't know. Maybe we'll get it this week, which would be crazy because we have Perfect Order coming out. So just be on alert and hopefully it drops sometime this upcoming week. And if not, I have no idea. So really frustrating, but hopefully we're able to score, and best of luck to everyone. Just get your alerts ready and hopefully you guys are able to score, and we'll go over our pickups here. And I was able to score on a Walmart drop, and luckily the Walmart that I go to, they were enforcing a one item per SKU. So I was actually able to pick up the first Partner Illustrator Collection Series 1. Pretty hyped about that. And yeah, I'm hoping to get more of these packs because I really want to open them, but I'm just scared to open them right now because I don't know how much of an opportunity I'm going to have to pick this up at an affordable rate, because holy cow, people are going nuts. We're going to go over the cards and they are stupid expensive. So hopefully Pokemon is printing this instead of booster boxes currently, because otherwise I have no idea what Pokemon is doing. And we're also able to grab one of the Ascended Heroes Deluxe Pin Collection, and this one's pretty cool, especially if you're into the game. I still haven't beat Zia yet. I am now a slave to Pokopia, so I've been playing that a lot, and my kids have been loving it. So I'm really hoping that we get a Pokopia set. Pokemon, if you're listening, please, Pokopia set. That'd be cool. So our collection for the week is up over 8%. And a lot of that was from picking up those new items, but we also saw a nice little pump there. So market continues to move, and we'll kind of see how things go for the rest of the year. And I think it's going to be pretty similar to last year. But then I do think that later, instead of it dying off like it did last year around the fall and the winter, I think it'll pick back up. But we'll kind of go over why I'm thinking that later in the video. So next we'll go over the individual items and see how they're performing in our collection. And we got the Ascended Heroes Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box. It is up over 12%, and it's just continuing to climb. Ascended Heroes is doing great, and we're also going to take a look at some of the singles because, man, it's really holding strong. And our Bulbasaur Mega Evolution stamped promos are going up 66%. They're going crazy. So I kind of have a plan of what I'm hoping to do this week that we'll dig into here a little later as well. But cool to see this card going up. And yeah, I just think 151 is pumping up a lot of these other Gen 1 Pokemon. So thank you, 151, for your services. And Perfect Order Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box up almost 4%. We'll see how much these come down. I gotta imagine these are gonna crash down. I think the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes, they kind of just have a floor at $200 right now, or at least like 180. So they could literally have an empty box and it would sell for 180 bucks just because it says Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box. So we're kind of at that point, I feel like, but we'll see. It'll be an interesting weekend, and hopefully Perfect Order isn't completely scalped, because I'm hoping to maybe score at Walmart this week. So we'll see. Fingers crossed, because for me, I do have a little bit of a plan for Perfect Order. Nothing crazy. And we'll get into that at the end of the video. And our Team Rocket Moltres EX Ultra Premium is up 4%. And I don't know. I feel like this thing could really run up here pretty soon because I just don't know. I don't know if they're going to reprint many of these. So we'll definitely find out. And even if they do reprint it, if it goes to GameStop, you're never going to see MSRP. So sweet. Thanks, GameStop. And the regular Ascended Heroes Elite Trainer box is up almost 7%. And we'll see if there's a second wave. We're still kind of up in the air. I've heard second wave still coming. So I think you'll still have plenty of opportunities to pick these up. So I'm definitely not stressing right now. So we'll see. I think the summer will be a good time to pick it up. And our Charmander promo from Obsidian Flames is up almost 10%. And he just keeps going up. Good old Charmander. And our Phantasmal Flames booster bundle up 10%. And also the booster box is barely up 1%. So yeah, that Charizard is still climbing up, still doing crazy stuff. And I just can't believe it, where it's pretty much the only chase card in that whole set. And it's still just continuing to climb. Because at least with Prismatic, you can argue that there are some of the other EVs and SIRs that are at least like, good. They're better than the other chases in Phantasmal, but for whatever reason, that Charizard it could hit 1,000 unless we see that supposed booster box reprint. So I'm not holding my breath. And everything else is up small amount. I mean, like Lance's Charizard V is up, 18%, but nothing crazy here. And when it comes to things dropping down in value, it's not too crazy. We are seeing like some of these tins go down a little bit, and the Mewtwo promo and the Snorlax are both down almost $5. So could be a good opportunity to just pick up more of them, because really we did not see that many of these 151 ETBs, and I'm pretty sure there wasn't a reprint of the ETBs. So I feel like these are just gonna keep going up. So I would definitely be snagging up as many of these Snorlax promo cards as you can, because I'm not crazy about Snorlax, but the fact that it has Pidgey and Diglett in there, and you have all those cards with Pidgey and the starters in it, I feel like Pidgey low key is kind of like getting a little bit of a love right there. And with Pokopia, even a lot of the Gen 1 Pokemon are going to go crazy, and Pidgey's one of those that's in that game. And then our Prismatic Evolution Elite Trainer box is down 3%, but a lot of people are trying to still sell at $200. So this might not be completely accurate, but it's so hard. The market is just moving up and down. People are just manipulating everything, so it's kind of hard to get a good read. And then the little pin collection is down 20%, but it's still pushing up to $50. So pretty ridiculous. So we'll kind of get into some of the things that I think are interesting right now, and kind of where the attention for me is shifting towards. And it's definitely these Ascended Hero singles are still just so fascinating, because everyone always says, oh, the singles drop so fast once the set's been out, but Gengar's still hanging out over here, over $1,000. Mega Dragonite is up almost 25%. Pikachu going on a run there, almost up $20. The gold cards going down. I feel like that's just how these gold cards are going to be. I love them, but a lot of people don't, and I think they're definitely a good play for the next 10, 15 years. Obviously, that's a long time, and every card goes up, but not with the megas. There's very few megas that have run up from the XY era, and obviously they are now, but there for a while, no one loved megas. And I was there during the XY era, and trust me, the hobby was pretty dead at that point, and everyone clowned on megas. So it is cool to see everyone loving megas right now, but we'll see. But I think that in the long run, these gold cards, I just don't see Pokemon doing any more gold cards after the mega block, and because they like to do their little gimmicks. And I think that eventually these will hold their value because Pokemon will pivot into something other than these kind of gold cards, in my opinion. But if they do more, I'm happy. I like the gold cards like this, so I'm not complaining. And then Pikachu up almost $10 there, and the gold Dragonite down. Mewtwo almost hit $300, and I still think this one is a little slept on, especially with Destined Rivals pushing up. I think it's $600, so I can see this one pretty much mirroring that Mewtwo. And then yeah, Lily's is down $10, Mega Feraligatrs up $10, and Zoroark is down a little bit. So pretty crazy set value here, and it's definitely holding up. So really cool to see Ascended Heroes really stand on two legs and continuing to prove that it deserves to be a high class set and one that you should definitely be considering heavily investing into, especially when there's these other smaller sets coming out. But I really want to take a look at some of the pricing for these partner Pokemon cards that are in those packs. And yeah, I mean, they're already selling like, you got $8 here for Poplio. Pretty cool. And like the details, like you have the little bracelet from like whatever those attacks were. I didn't really love this generation. I played it a little bit and I just moved on pretty much straight into Sword and Shield because I just kind of missed out on the release of this game, but then I ended up picking it up in pretty cool era. And I really like Litten. I'm so sad that it evolves into Incineroar. But if I had a choice, I'd just keep it at Litten. It's such a good Pokemon. Like this is a Pokemon, if it existed in real life, I'd be so hyped. But these cards are just so fun because yeah, you have the little Tauros back there that you were able to ride in the game. You have the Beast Ball. So I really like that they were really trying to harp on the games. And I'm big, like I'm definitely huge into the games. I try to play most of, if not all the games. Not really like the really weird side ones like Pokemon Cafe or whatever that one is. And this one you got like the Rotom phone, which I hate Rotom phone. Just bring back the Pokédex, please. And then $10 for the Rowlet. Piplup, also that $10 range. And these are my favorite starters. Chimchar is one of my favorites. It's pretty cool. You have the little picks down there for going down to the caves of Sinnoh, and Turtwig. You have the opening scene Pokeball case from the professor when you pick the starters. Really cool. Got some of the fossils down there. And yeah, you got the power plant there with, what's that? Drifloon? Yeah. And then Squirtle. These are definitely the ones that if you pull these ones, these are the ones you're going to want graded, or maybe try to turn around and, sell them now while there's high. But I mean, I'd probably just say hold them because we just don't know how many we're going to see. I really hope that Pokemon prints a ton of them, but who knows? Pokemon is, I mean, after the whole Greninja plushie drop, Pokemon is just, they're messing with us at this point, but really cool. I love these cards so much. Like Charmander, amazing. I would literally fill up a whole binder full of just these cards and I would be so happy. I would stare at that. Like that actually be so cool to put up, like have a wall where it's just all of these starter cards. So I'm super excited for the 30th just for this alone. I don't really have a huge expectation for the rest of the 30th, but I think these are just so cool. And kind of my thought process this week is probably try to sell or trade my Bulbasaurs here because I got a couple free for my LGS. I also opened one of the booster boxes that I had just because it was so dinged up that I didn't really care. I was like, whatever, I'll just open it, and pulled nothing. So thanks Mega Set. I had such bad luck with it. So I have like 5 that I might try to offload, hopefully near the $30 range. Try to trade into maybe the Mega Lucario here, where it's around the 170, 150 range. Maybe try to trade those into a Mega Lucario or trade it into a Mega Gardevoir, because I think these cards are pretty undervalued right now, especially with these newer sets coming out. Like I think these cards clear Mega Zygarde and Mega Greninja, in my opinion. So that's kind of my play right now. And then I also want to take a look at what we're doing here with the Ascended Heroes Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box. And here we see it's sitting about 350, about a month and a half. So March 21st. Then we have Prismatic here. It about topped out at 350, right around, the 3-month mark of it being out. And then we can see it starts to crater. Now the hard part is that we were getting a ton, not a ton, but I mean, I feel like we got at least 3 Pokemon Center drops of this product. So I'm wondering if that's what this really is. And then like we did have that slowdown, but we only saw it come down to 300 around, December. And I just don't know if we'll probably see that again, I would say around the summertime with Ascended Heroes. But like I said, I just don't know if we're going to see that heavy of a reprint of Ascended Heroes. So I'm curious to see if we do get that, that downward pressure around the summertime again. So if you are kind of concerned about paying for the price now, there could be this window of opportunity come, June, July. So I would definitely keep an eye on that, especially if we start to see some downward pressure. So keep an eye on that. I just thought it was an interesting thing, but I do think that we did see some restocks on the Pokemon Center. So just keep that in mind. But there was also, that's when I was able to pick up a ton of stuff, was during the summertime. People are just out and about. They're not really thinking about Pokemon. So keep that in mind. And then for me, I'm hoping at Walmart that I'm able to find some ETBs, because my plan is to hopefully pick up 6 of these at MSRP. And that's probably the gist of it. I'm not really looking to pick up booster boxes since it's a small set, but I personally love the ETBs. I like the extra product you get in there on top of the cards, the sleeves and the dice and stuff. My kids really enjoy it, and to have one for each of my kid at some point would be nice. And if we're able to get a good entry point, I think it's definitely worth it. So we'll see how it goes, because there's rumors that we have like 2 or 3 waves of this product. And I think if the first wave, things kind of sit a little bit, like maybe they'll show like, hey, second wave, probably be able to really pick up more product. So keep an eye on that, and hopefully you guys are able to pick something up in the wild. And yeah, just keep an eye out for Chaos Rising. Hopefully we get that drop this week, because it's going to be a miserable next few weeks if we don't see it. I mean, it's just going to be nonstop refreshing Pokemon Center. So good luck out there, guys, and appreciate you guys stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will talk to you guys next week.